The 1970s began with smoke, steel, and pure power. Every major automaker was caught in an arms race for supremacy, but what came next would blur the line between road car and racing machine. Number 15, 1970 AMC Rebel Machine. The decade opened with a surprise, not from Detroit's Big Three, but from the underdog, American Motors Corporation. The AMC Rebel Machine wasn't just bold, it was defiant. Painted in red, white, and blue, it was the car that screamed patriotism and performance in equal measure. Under the hood sat a 390 cubic inch V8, officially rated at 340 horsepower, but dyno tests whispered of more. This wasn't a car meant to blend in. It came with a factory tachometer, a functional hood scoop, and quarter-mile times in the low 14 seconds. Yet what made it rare wasn't just its audacity, it was its fate. Only around 2,326 units were ever built. After 1970, AMC's muscle era faded fast, leaving the Rebel Machine as a symbol of rebellion in a world about to go quiet. Number 14, 1970 Mercury Cyclone Spoiler. While Ford dominated NASCAR with its Torino Talladega, Mercury had its own secret weapon, the Cyclone Spoiler. Built to conquer the oval tracks, it came with a wind-sculpted body and Mercury's version of the 429 Cobra jet engine. Underneath that long hood roared 370 horsepower, but the car's soul was pure competition. With its bullet nose and aerodynamic design, the Cyclone Spoiler looked more like a missile than a muscle car. Less than 350 were ever made, and fewer than 100 are known to survive today. Most were raced, wrecked, or simply disappeared. Today, when one surfaces, it's treated like buried treasure. A reminder that Mercury once played in the big leagues of muscle. Number 13, 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1. If you think Buick was all about luxury and comfort, think again. In 1970, Buick shocked the world with a car that could humble a Hemi, the GSX Stage 1. This wasn't just a muscle car. It was a weapon wearing a tuxedo. Powered by a 455 cubic inch V8, officially rated at 360 horsepower, the GSX's real output was rumored to exceed 420 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. With only 678 GSX Stage 1s built, this was a rare beast even in its own time. And in an era when most muscle cars were stripped down and loud, the GSX came loaded. Bucket seats, rally gauges, posh interiors, and that signature Saturn yellow or Apollo white paint. The GSX wasn't just about straight-line speed, it was about Buick's statement to the world. We can do power, and we can do it with class. Number 12, 1970 Plymouth Superbird 446 barrel. If ever there was a car that looked like it could fly, it was the Superbird. That nose cone, that sky-high rear wing, that unmistakable roar. The 1970 Plymouth Superbird was born for one thing: NASCAR domination. Powered by either the 426 Hemi or the 446 barrel, this machine was Plymouth's way of saying, "We're done playing nice." The 6-barrel variant produced 390 horsepower, capable of touching 60 miles per hour in under 5.5 seconds. But here's the catch. NASCAR changed the rules, banning cars with extreme aero designs. So only 1,920 Superbirds were ever built, and many dealers couldn't even sell them. Some sat for years, unwanted, until collectors realized they were staring at history. Today, the Superbird stands as one of the most recognizable and rarest symbols of 1970s muscle car insanity. Number 11, 1971 Pontiac GTO Judge. By 1971, the muscle car world was changing fast. Emissions laws, insurance hikes, and the oil crisis loomed. But Pontiac wasn't ready to back down. They gave one last salute to raw power with the 1971 GTO Judge. Only 374 Judges were ever produced that year, and just 17 of those came with the 455 HO engine and a manual transmission. That engine produced 335 horsepower, but its torque, over 480 pound-feet, told the real story. It could shred tires and silence critics with ease. It was the end of an era, the final year for the Judge package. And when the gavel finally fell, Pontiac's muscle legend left the stage forever. Number 10. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 LS6. Now we enter the territory of legends. The 1970 Chevelle SS 454 LS6 wasn't just fast, it was ferocious. This was the car that redefined brute force on American streets. Its 454 cubic inch V8 produced an advertised 450 horsepower, though most insiders claimed it was well over 500. The LS6 could launch from 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds and conquer the quarter mile in just over 13 seconds on street tires. But here's what made it special. Only about 4,475 units were ever built, and fewer than 100 remain in mint condition today. It was Chevrolet's masterpiece of muscle, raw, unapologetic, and brutally fast. The LS6 Chevelle is a time capsule from the moment when horsepower ruled without mercy. Number 9. 1970 Ford Torino King Cobra. Sometimes the best cars never make it to production. The 1970 Ford Torino King Cobra is one of those legendary what-ifs. Designed to dominate NASCAR, it featured an experimental aerodynamic nose and hidden headlights, meant to rival Dodge's Daytona and Plymouth's Superbird. Under the hood sat a Boss 429 engine, good for well over 370 horsepower. But fate had other plans. NASCAR changed its homologation rules, and Ford pulled the plug. Only 3 King Cobras were ever built. One red, one white, one yellow. Each one still exists today, tucked away in private collections, rarely seen by the public. The King Cobra wasn't a failure. It was a glimpse of what Ford could have unleashed if the rulebook hadn't changed. Number 8. 1971 Dodge Charger Super B 446 pack. In 1971, Dodge gave one last muscle-bound roar before the storm. The Charger Super B 446 pack was the final gasp of Mopar's glory. Under its bulging hood sat a 440 cubic inch V8 with triple 2-barrel carburetors, the iconic 6-pack setup, delivering 385 horsepower and massive torque. This wasn't just a rebadged Charger. It was purpose-built for performance, stripped down for speed. Only 22 Super B 446 packs with 4-speed manuals were ever made that year, making it one of the rarest Mopars in existence. It was the end of an era, the last true B before the hive went silent. But while Dodge was saying its goodbyes, across the country, other manufacturers were still whispering defiance. In quiet factories and forgotten garages, the last flames of American muscle were still burning. What came next were machines so rare, most people never even knew they existed. Number 7. 1971 Plymouth Hemi Cuda Convertible. If there's one car that defines the word unobtainable, this is it. The 1971 Plymouth Hemi Cuda Convertible isn't just rare, it's practically mythical. In 1971, Plymouth built only 11 Hemi Cuda convertibles, and just 2 were equipped with 4-speed manual transmissions. That's it, 11. Under its hood lived the legendary 426 Hemi Fiv 8, officially rated at 425 horsepower. But in truth, it churned out closer to 475. With its shaker hood, pistol grip shifter, and aggressive stance, the Hemi Cuda was Detroit's final declaration of defiance before regulations silenced the roar. Decades later, this car would rewrite record books, with auction prices exceeding $3.5 million. Owning one isn't just a privilege, it's owning the last breath of the muscle car golden age. Number 6. 1972 Oldsmobile 442 W30. As the early 70s turned dark for performance, Oldsmobile fought to keep the dream alive. The 1972 442 W30 was one of the last true high-performance warriors of its time. Fitted with a 455 cubic inch V8 and the legendary W30 performance package, it made 300 horsepower. Impressive considering the era's tightening emissions rules. But the real story was torque. 500 pound-feet that hit like a hammer. Fewer than 300 W30s were built that year, most of them automatics. A handful of 4-speed cars slipped through, and today, they stand as symbols of Oldsmobile's forgotten performance legacy. While other brands were watering down their muscle cars, Oldsmobile refused to bow. The 442 W30 went out swinging. Number 5. 1970 AMC AMX 390 Go package. Back to the Rebel brand, AMC. Before the company was consumed by financial struggles, it gave us one final masterpiece, the AMX 390 Go package. It was small, light, and lethal. Beneath the hood sat a 390 cubic inch V8, officially rated at 325 horsepower, capable of launching this compact beast to 60 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds. Only around 2,100 were built in 1970, and even fewer with the Go package, which included upgraded suspension, heavy-duty cooling, and power front discs. The AMX wasn't just AMC's sports car. It was their statement that even the underdog could bite back. And in collector circles today, a clean Go package AMX is a six-figure prize. Number 4. 1971 Baldwin Motion Phase 3 GT Corvette. In the shadows of mainstream muscle, a different kind of legend was being built. One not born in a factory, but in a New York speed shop. The Baldwin Motion Phase 3 GT Corvette was the brainchild of Joel Rosen and Baldwin Chevrolet, who decided that stock power just wasn't enough. They took Corvettes straight off the line, tuned them to the edge, and turned them into monsters. The Phase 3 GT packed a 454 cubic inch LS6 or custom-tuned L88 V8, producing anywhere from 500 to 600 horsepower, numbers that bordered on insanity for a street car. Top speed? A verified 180 miles per hour. Only 10 Phase 3 GTS were ever built, each one hand-modified, each one unique. It was more than a Corvette. It was a street-legal race car that challenged the government's definition of sanity. Even today, spotting one is like finding a ghost from America's wildest horsepower dreams. Number 3. 1970 Pontiac Trans Am Ram Air 4. When Pontiac launched the Trans Am, it wasn't meant for everyone. It was built for believers. And the 1970 Trans Am Ram Air 4 was the purest version of that faith. The Ram Air 4 engine, a 400 cubic inch V8 with high-flow heads and an aluminum intake, officially made 345 horsepower, though insiders whispered of over 400. It revved higher, pulled harder, and sounded meaner than almost anything on the road. Production? Just 88 units. That's right, fewer than 90 examples of this masterpiece ever left the factory. The Trans Am Ram Air 4 wasn't about showing off. It was about one thing: speed, precision, and rebellion wrapped in white paint and blue stripes. Today, it's considered one of the finest driver's muscle cars ever built, a perfect balance of power and control before the decade turned dark. Number 2. 1970 Dodge Challenger RT 426 Hemi Convertible. While the Plymouth Hemi Cuda stole the headlines, its cousin, the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT Hemi Convertible, became even rarer. In that single model year, only 9 Hemi-powered Challenger convertibles were built. Each one carried the same 426 cubic inch Hemi Fif 8, paired with either a Torque-a-Flight automatic or a pistol-grip 4-speed manual. Rated at 425 horsepower, this engine was capable of launching the Challenger past 100 miles per hour before you could blink. But what made it legendary wasn't just performance. It was exclusivity. A car so rare, most collectors will never even see one in person. One sold at auction for over $2 million, cementing its place among the most valuable muscle cars ever made. The Challenger RT Hemi Convertible was Dodge's boldest statement and its rarest creation.